What if I told you that the habits that support your $1 million business to be are the ones that actually feel the most grounding, the most joyful, the most aligned with your energy? So today we're diving into the daily practices that help every single 6 to 8 figure entrepreneur that I know scale their business with ease without losing their connection to themselves or their purpose. And I know how important that is to you as such a spiritual being. And so if you are new here, hello, my name is Mariah, and there have been so many different times and multiple series of years where when I was first scaling my business and I first was really growing my early businesses, I thought that I constantly had to be hustling. I thought that I constantly had to be doing something, constantly being productive, constantly thinking about things, brainstorming things, creating new things, trying new things. And I learned a lot from that. But I quickly realized that my energy was my most valuable resource, and that my time was even more valuable, and that that's not renewable. Time doesn't just start over all of a sudden one day. Energy, we can rebuild. We can get that back. We can give ourselves the rest that we need, but time, we can't. So my daily habits aren't about doing more and more and more to feel like I'm good enough to be able to create the results that I desire. They're about helping me to align with myself more deeply, because there are so many different days. There are so many days where we need different things, right? I'm a Manny Gen, and I think this applies to most people, even if you're not a Manny Gen. It gets really fucking boring doing the same thing every single day. If you have the same exact morning practice every single day for decades and decades and decades, eventually you're gonna get bored. And so this is why I really like to take a totally different approach to this than most people, in that I allow myself to do different things every day. But the thing is, I'm continuing to prioritize my own alignment. I'm always asking myself, what do I need to stay in alignment, to get myself into alignment, to get into my power, to take my power back? What do I need to do to create that today? Especially as a female, we have different energies, different hormones, different responses to what's happening around us every day. That's why this is so important. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through the 5 daily habits that create balance, abundance, and flow for spiritual entrepreneurs, including myself, including daily movement, grounding routines, creative time, selling every fucking day, supporting clients. Okay, let's begin. Let's dive in. So your daily habit number 1, this is your movement. Sometimes this is going to fit into your spiritual practice if you're doing something like yoga or qigong or dance, whatever it is, but you need to be moving your body every single fucking day as an entrepreneur, because we're in our brains a lot already. We are in our minds solving problems, looking at how we can do things more efficiently, how we can support our clients better, how we can get better results. Not all problems are solved in the mind. In fact, very few problems are solved in the mind. You need movement so that your brain can shut up for a minute, so you can actually get the inspired, intuitive ideas that are going to come to you when you're not mentally trying to solve a problem. Okay, your body, your physical body, is the container for all of your ideas, all your creativity, all of your leadership. So when you prioritize movement, like I said, whether that's a spiritual practice or just going on a walk, going to the gym, lifting some weights, going to a silks class, doing pole, whatever it is, moving your body, especially when you do that in the morning, you're setting the tone for your day for more clarity and more alignment, because you're immediately getting into your physical body and out of your head. So, practical ideas here. This could look like a 20-minute yoga flow. For a while, actually, during December, I was actually doing a yin yoga flow every single morning. Oh, it felt so fucking good. There's one from my friend Roxy Nabel, and her YouTube is Yoga for Dancers, and she has one, it's like yin yoga for fascia release or something like that. Oh my god, I literally did that one every single day for 2 weeks because it's so good. It could also look like a brisk walk outside to get some fresh air and connect with nature. This is another one of my absolute favorite things. And like I mentioned earlier, this could also be going to the gym. It could be, there's so many different kinds of movement that you can do. the most important thing is just that you move your body. And I love starting my day with a little bit of movement so that I can really just connect with my body, so that I come into my day feeling calm and focused and abundant, because I'm aligned with my physical body before I even open my laptop or my phone or whatever work stuff that I'm going to be doing for the day. Okay, daily habit number 2. These are our grounding practices. So as a spiritual CEO, your energy is your superpower, but it's also something that you need to protect and recharge every single day. And grounding is about creating that space to reconnect with yourself, even during a busy day. This is going to tie into a couple of the other things that I talk about here, but this is so important, especially as spiritual entrepreneurs, because we all know that person who is so ungrounded that they can barely even have a conversation. They're on such a different planet that being on planet Earth is really, really hard for them. And it can be really easy for some of the clients that I work with who are already very naturally extremely feminine, extremely intuitive, extremely connected to the unseen world. It can be very easy for you to just go up into that space and not come back down. But the way that you help your clients, the way that you build your business, is by being connected to both. Having your feet in the sand here on Earth and having your hands up in the sky. So it's really creating that space, like I said, to reconnect with yourself, no matter how spacey your client sessions have been that day. So this might look like literally just sitting barefoot on the grass for a couple of minutes. It might look like doing breath work. It might look like seeing roots growing down from your feet, or seeing a cord going down into the core of the earth. Intentionally just taking breaks where you're completely stepping away from your screen throughout the day. So one of my favorite grounding techniques is a quick visualization, whether I'm imagining, I call it a rainbow car wash. So I'll see different colors in the order of the rainbow washing through my entire body. I actually guide you through a really, really good, I think it's 12-minute practice of this in the daily payment activation. It's like $4 if you want to check that out. It's a really freaking good practice. A lot of my clients have said that it's their absolute favorite, and that every time that they do it, they end up getting a payment, either while they're doing the visualization or right after. So that's one example. Or I'll see myself being buried in sand, or I'll visualize myself being painted in different colors. Obviously, you guys know I freaking love colors, so I will always find a way to make things really, really colorful. Other ways that I might do this is taking a bath. I am never opposed to either taking a bath or jumping in the hot tub in the middle of the day. Give me some water. It helps me ground so much. But yeah, anything that you can do to really anchor yourself into calm, grounded earth, physical body energy. It can even be having an orgasm, or doing some kind of self-massage, using a Theragun, using a chi machine, using something that connects you again with your physical body. Do you notice that the first two things here are physical body related? We really got to focus on being here on planet Earth. It's very important. Okay. Daily habit number 3 is having some free time, some slow time. Maybe this is creative time throughout your day. And by creative, I don't mean actively creating something. That might sound counterintuitive. So creativity isn't just something that's for painters, for artists. It's a space where you are creating more spaciousness intentionally and allowing new ideas, new clarity, new inspiration for your business to come in. And by giving yourself that space to just explore, for your mind to just think and wander without pressure, without intention of creating a specific outcome, you unlock solutions and insights that do not ever come from hustling or overthinking or micromanaging, right? Think about all those different times that you've been driving, or you've been on a walk and you're not listening to anything, or you're in the shower. And all of a sudden, you just have this like stream of ideas, one after another. It's like, oh my God, I could do this, and I could do that, and I could do this, and I could do that, and oh my God, that's how I can solve this problem that I've been thinking about for the last week in such a simple way. I can just do that. The dots connect, right? And it's not because you're trying to figure it out. It's because you actually gave your brain the time, the space to slow down, to be free, to do what it naturally does already, which is solve problems. So the reason this is so important, and a couple ways that like practically you can implement this, I mean, I've already explained it, right? When you give yourself that free time, you're going to solve problems a lot faster, and it's going to help you be a much better mentor, guide, teacher, leader, business owner, partner, friend, all of the things. So give yourself optimal, I would say at least 30 minutes to just do fucking nothing, to just lay on the ground, to, again, maybe you're going on a walk, or you're laying in the bath, or you're being rather than doing, right? Putting yourself in a space, in an environment, in an experience that allows you to just be rather than do. And that's why I say it's not necessarily a time for you to like paint, although that's fine if being creative, journaling, writing is the thing that you want to do during that time. But sometimes even that can pull you out of a space of receptive flow, because that's really what we're wanting to get you into here, is receptivity. So for me, oftentimes this looks like, sometimes it is painting, sometimes it's literally laying on the ground, doing the chi machine. Most of the time for me, it's going on a walk or taking a shower. That's when a lot of my most successful offers have come through. That's when my biggest breakthrough moments have come through, is when I'm doing those kind of things. So maybe for you, it is journaling without a specific goal. Maybe it's playing with those creative hobbies like cooking or painting or dancing. Maybe it is just calling up a friend and having a conversation with them without the intention of, okay, I'm going to call them so that I can create this thing, but just calling them with the intention of like, I want to talk to this person. I miss this person. I haven't talked to them in a little while. I want to see what they're doing today. Okay. Daily habit number 4. This is the one where you make bank. This is selling with intention. And remember, I've been saying these are daily habits. If you're not currently selling every single day in your business, that's why you're not making the amount that you want to be making. I don't like to should you very often, but you should be selling every single day. I don't care if it's to your email list, to your social media accounts, to the random person that you met at the grocery store. You should be inviting people into your offers every single day in one way or another. Again, I'm not saying you need to show up on every platform every day. You don't need to do that. Because selling isn't just about transactions, it's about inviting people into your world and the transformation that you offer. And when you make that a daily habit, it begins to feel more natural and more aligned instead of pushy or overwhelming or like you're being annoying. And it also helps you get used to being annoying and being repetitive, because that's 1,000,000% required. Something that blows my mind is that in the business I run with my husband, we've been literally talking about the exact same thing for almost 8 years. That's a long time to be saying the same fucking thing. Obviously, the message continues to be refined and solidified even more as we get to know our work and our clients even better, and understanding the depths of what they need and how they need to hear it worded in order for them to feel pulled to want to make a change and make a difference and know that we're the people who can provide that solution for them. But it's the same shit over and over and over. And what blows my mind is that it still works. We've been saying the same thing for 8 years, and it still works. You know why that is? Because the more that you repeat yourself, the more people see you as the expert in that thing. The more that you are talking about a new topic every day, creating a new offer every day, sharing something different every week, and floundering when you sell one day, or you sell, let's say, 3 days a week, or maybe you sell every day for a month, but then you don't get the sales that you want, so you stop, and then you start judging and guilting and shaming yourself, saying, oh, well, I must not be good enough, it must not be good enough for me, whatever the mental drama is that comes up with that, which is normal. especially if this isn't something that you're used to doing yet. But the only way to get to the other side, where people are actually paying you every day, where people are referring their friends to you because they know exactly what you do, is because you have gotten comfortable with being really repetitive. Really, really, really repetitive. Could you continue saying the exact same thing for 8 years or more that you're saying right now? Or would you get bored? Would you get distracted? Would you be over it and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to move on. And again, like I said, I'm a manny-gen. I don't want you to take this to mean that you can't have multiple different offers, that you can't talk about different things. You can absolutely talk about different things, but at the core of your business, you're helping people solve one major problem. You're helping them create one major transformation. That's the thing you've got to be really repetitive about. And that is going to branch into all of your different offers, even if they're around different topics. Like, for example, I'm obviously teaching business, online business, and within that, there's a lot of different things. I'm talking about your identity. I'm talking about your personal energy. I'm talking about your social media. I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about emails. I'm talking about funnels. And I'm talking about your personal health and your relationships and your pleasure and your relationship to everything. All of that lies under creating the most vibrant fucking life that you've ever dreamed of, beyond your most wild dreams. And so I'm inviting people into offers every single day, knowing that that's where they're going. No matter how they're coming into my world, no matter what offer they're coming in through, that's where we're going. So again, practical tips every single day. Find some intentional ways to sell, whether that is posting an Instagram story with a specific call to action, telling people to DM you a specific word, or putting a link on there for people to click that goes either to your freebie that will then sell to them on the back end, or that will sell to them directly through that link. Maybe that means that you're sending an email sharing a client win and you're inviting people to join your program. Maybe it means that you are reaching out to a person directly who expressed interest in your offers so that you can answer their questions. You know, I have a couple clients right now who they have people who have been asking them for a specific offer for years. They're like, hey, when is this going to be ready? When can I join this? When are you going to do this? Hey, when can we do this? If you're experiencing that right now, that is your nudge to fucking rip off the Band-Aid and do it. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop trying to perfect the offer. Stop trying to perfect the sales page, whatever it is that's holding you back. Reach out to those people and say, hey, I picked a date. Here it is. Are you in? Let's go. Let's do it. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So I make it a habit for myself to show up every single day and sell every single day, whether that is on my Instagram, whether that is on this podcast, whether that is on my email list. And I really do my best to make that the path of least resistance as much as I possibly can. I'm frequently reusing my old stories. If you really pay attention to my Instagram, you'll notice that sometimes I'm making new ones if they're like about my day, but a lot of times I'm going back to ones that I previously posted and I'm screenshotting them and I'm posting them again. I allow it to be my path of least resistance. It has to be the easiest thing that you do in your business. Selling has to be the easiest thing you do in your business, or else you're not going to have a business. You're going to have a really expensive hobby. So I tend to offer a quick tip first on whatever way that I'm selling, some kind of an insight, and then an invitation to DM me about my programs. And then sometimes after that, I'll also add some testimonials. It feels natural, it builds trust with my audience over time, and it allows them to see multiple different aspects of how what I'm offering is of benefit to them, how it's solving their problems. So let's move on to daily habit number 5, our final one. This is client support, right? This is the part that you're probably most excited to do. The thing that you're like, when I signed up to do my own business, I didn't know that I was signing up for all these other things. I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to show up for my clients. Isn't that cute? Cute little us. Before we realized all the different pieces that go into being an entrepreneur that are inviting us to expand our leadership, to expand our capacity, to expand the potential of our being in all these different ways. You know, I constantly say that entrepreneurship is the ultimate personal development, the ultimate shadow work. There is nothing that can continue to hide when you're an entrepreneur. And if you're allowing something to still hide, it's going to affect your income. So, back to the topic, off of that tangent, client support. Obviously, it's very important to support your clients. It's very important to make sure that they're having a wonderful experience inside of your spaces. And supporting your clients does not mean being available to them 24/7. If you're currently on call for your clients 24/7 and you're not a doula who is, in the month or whatever that your client could potentially be having their baby, you should not be on call 24/7. Okay? If you're currently on call, stop it. By creating intentional spaces for connection and transformation, you're both going to be maintaining your own energetic boundaries while delivering more amazing results to your clients, because there's clear expectations on both sides. So, a couple of practical tips. Here is how you can make your client support feel manageable and aligned. Something I really love doing that I just started doing sometime last year, maybe mid last year, is dedicating specific times for answering questions or providing feedback. Okay, so maybe that means that you have a once a week office hours type of situation if you have a chat space for your clients. If you have Voxer or Telegram or a Facebook group or some type of space where people can be supporting each other, but they're also asking for support from you every day, or they can be doing that every day, you can set specific times saying, okay, I'm going to be showing up every Monday from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's when I'll be answering your questions. You could be saying something like, I'll be in that space Monday to Friday from 8 to 9 a.m. And that's when I'll be in there. And allowing your clients to know they can reach out anytime, but that's when you'll be in there responding. And reminding yourself that it's not up to your clients to maintain that boundary, it's up to you to maintain that boundary and lead that boundary and show them what it looks like to hold that. So when you set those clear boundaries so your clients know when and how they can reach you, you're able to show up more fully in those moments so that your clients feel fully supported without requiring constant access to you. So if you're in my world, you probably know I love using Telegram to be able to connect with my clients in real time, to send voice messages back and forth, to send pictures, to send videos, to send feedback, depending on what space that they're in. My Vibrant Your Mastermind clients, they can send me Instagram posts, they can send me sales pages, they can send me really anything that they want me to audit. And oftentimes, I'll just pull up Zoom and go really freaking deep and give them a whole ass deep dive of how to improve their page. And I'm able to do that in there because I have those clear boundaries. So I usually give myself about an hour a day, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, depending on how many questions and things are in there, to answer questions and to offer guidance and support. And sometimes I'm also going in there with my own riffs of like, hey, here's what's going on in my own business. Here's something that I'm noticing in the industry. Here's something that I'm noticing whatever right now. And then the rest of the day, I'm free to focus on my own energy and my own projects. And then obviously it's the same for calls. Currently, I have 2 calls a week, every other week. So I have about 4 calls a month. And I love it that way. And my clients know when those calls are. I have them scheduled out for about 6 months right now. And they know that they're going to have about an hour a day with me in Telegram. Again, depending on what space they're in. And so in Figure Freedom Method, I'm also offering a lot of guidance, a lot of support. But the auditing is only happening on live calls. And again, that's my own boundary to maintain my own space, because I had it open to both before, to both spaces, so that they could request any kind of audit at any time. And when a lot of clients started using that, I started noticing that I was hitting my own capacity. I didn't have the mental space to be able to audit all of those pieces of content every single day. And so I reserved that for my close proximity clients. Okay. Those are the 5 daily habits. We've got our movement, we've got grounding, we've got free time, quiet time, we've got intentional selling, and aligned client support. These 5 things are designed to help you thrive as you are on your way to becoming a 6 to 8 figure spiritual CEO. These are not about doing more. They're about showing up with intention, with alignment, and with more joy. So I really encourage you to pick one of these habits to focus on this week. I encourage you to start small. If you're not doing all of these right now, if you're not doing one of these right now, I encourage you not to just dive in and try to do all 5 immediately. Pick one, notice how it transforms your energy and focus, stick with it for a week, stick with it for a month, and then add in another one. Because as you work with one habit long term, it'll get a lot easier to add more over time because you're building trust with yourself. So if you're ready to create a business that supports your highest self while you're scaling to 20K months, 50K months, I want you to join me inside of 7-Figure Freedom Method. It's the ultimate, super simple framework for scaling with ease. It's exactly how we've built our $2 million business. And you'll just have to click the link down in the show notes or DM me Freedom for more details. And if you don't yet already have my free training, Relaxed Recurring Revenue, you can also find that down in the show notes or DM me Relaxed over on Instagram, which is Hey Mariah Ann. So let me know what you thought about this episode. I'd love if you could take a screenshot and share it in your stories, tagging me, letting me know what your biggest takeaway was, what you're going to be implementing from this, and I can't wait to see you next time.